Am I live? It says I'm live. Hi everyone, how you doing? Hope you're having a really good Sunday. And this is going to be a live stream of my cheap Lamborghini. But I'm not going to be working on it. Last time I didn't really get that much work done because I was talking to a lot of you. So a few things. I want to, one, apologize for the quality of my internet. It's probably not the best. I do have satellite internet, and yeah, it's just not the best. So I apologize for the upload quality. I am trying to get it a little bit better since I'm using my DSLR and I'm using my lav mic here. But yeah, this is just going to be about me updating you guys on the car and updating you on the project and a few speed bumps that I had along the way. Not literal ones, but figurative ones. And yeah, I'd like to talk to you guys. It is Sunday, sort of a lazy Sunday, but happy Easter to you guys. And yeah, I think this is going to be fun. So I'm not going to have this video. I don't think I'm going to have this video on my channel as viewable after we do this live stream. So basically, if you guys are watching this live stream, that's it. Like you guys are the chosen few, I guess. I will be making more announcements in the next week, so you guys will know when my live streams are. Usually they're going to be around Sunday and around noon-ish. But right now it's 2:17. So let's take a look at the chat. The chat is sort of all right. It's already blowing up. All right. Happy Easter, and when do you think you'll get the car done? I will get the car done likely this week. I did have a pretty big speed bump in the fact that my turbo, one of my turbos had a fin just snap off. You guys might have seen that in the last video. So yeah, that was a pretty big setback. I had to get a new turbo, and then I had to basically me and Tony, the welding Jedi, were working all day yesterday to get the turbo kit welded up, and it's still not welded up all the way. That's going to be done in the next few days. So yeah, it's not going to be started up today, but I just wanted to let you guys know what the update was, because sometimes this is the reality of what a car build like this looks like. Let's see, what are you doing about the fin chip? The fin chip on the turbo. So it's savable because I can send the turbo back to Borg Warner and have them rebuild it, and it costs around $400, which is not bad. So that's what I'm going to do with that turbocharger. I'm going to just have them rebuild it, and then since I already have two working turbos for this car, I'm going to put that turbo onto that car. Well, you guys can't even see it. That's a Supra up there. So I'm going to use that turbo, which should be really good for the kind of horsepower that I want. It's going to be good for that Supra when I do turbo that thing. So that's going to be fun. Why is my video quality so bad? Again, I apologize. If you guys can help out with why there's a noticeable lag in audio and video, I think it's like a 250 millisecond lag, something like that. Maybe it has to do with a codec from the USB cable from my camera to my computer. But if you guys can let me know in the chat what that would be, then yeah, that'd be very, very helpful, because I still can't figure it out. Let's see. Hey, we got a super chat. All right, so we just got $4.99 from Josh Gosney. Thanks a lot, Josh. Hope you're having a really, really good day. And that's gonna go pretty far, because I just did have to spend basically $1,600 on a brand new turbo. So that's very much appreciated. Thank you very much. Somebody says, how much self-reflection and thought did it take before you decided to buy this car? Zero. Absolutely zero. I just went online, and I don't know why. I don't know what made me go on eBay and check what the prices were for Lamborghinis. I just said that maybe I should check what Lamborghinis are going for. Then I found this car, and then I started doing numbers in my head, and I'm like, maybe this could make sense. And then that's how it made sense. I'm still not sure that it made sense really, but yeah, that's my justification. So I decided like, oh, if I could sell the Aston Martin and I can sell this other car, then maybe it could, I can sort of make my money back. But yeah, that's basically it. Okay. Brayton Bowler gave $10 and he says, "Here's a couple of gallons of fuel for Ohio." I'm definitely gonna. I am going to be draining the tank. The tank has some weird E85 in it that's been sitting for like 3 years, and it's like congealed and it's like this jelly mess. So I have to get that out of the tank. But thank you very much, Brayton. Yeah, that's definitely going to go pretty far. But this thing has horrible gas mileage stock, so I can imagine that it's gonna be a lot worse. We have Tech Boys. They gave $4.99. Thank you so much, and I hope you guys hope you're having a great day. My day just got a lot better. $4.99 better. No. I don't want any of you to donate or anything like that. I don't. I'm fine. Like with the car, I'm okay. It's appreciated. Like, I mean, it'll go directly into the build. It's not going to go anywhere else. But yeah, the last thing I wanted to do is like because I mean, just think about it. If I'm going to be doing a Patreon and it's like, help me build my Lamborghini, that sounds really, really dumb. So yeah, I don't want to be that guy. But thank you very much. It's very much appreciated, and all of it is going to go directly into this car, so you guys can see some real results. All right, we have from Altapolo or Altapollo. I'm not sure if that's well, probably not Pollo, because from the Netherlands, and he says hello from the Netherlands. Love your videos. Thank you very much. He gave €5 and 49. Do you have cents in Europe? Is that a thing? Do you have like what it? Okay. I've been to Europe and I can't remember if they use cents. Maybe they do. I don't know. I'm very uncultured in that way. Let's see. Josh Gosney. Okay. Is that another one? Did Josh give $9.99? I very much appreciate it. Let's see. We have. Let me go back to the chat. Just a suggestion: please show more of the car as you work on it, and don't speak too much on the videos. Good luck. Here's the thing on that, because I have a few comments talking about that I talk too much or whatever. I try to explain things as best I can to people who might not know what I'm doing. And if I just have a video of me working on the car without any context, it's not, I don't think that it makes a better video. I think if I give the necessary context and also talk about my mindset and how I got to this place and what I'm going to do, then I think it makes a little bit more sense, and it makes you guys feel like you're a part of the build, because I always like builds like that. Like the Project Binky builds, they're very, I mean, they are very heavy on the work aspect, but they also take months and months and months to make one video. But they explain everything that needs to happen. And I think that's really one of the core components. Wheeler Dealers also does this very well. They explain how things work. And I think I'd like to try going in that direction. But, you know, there's a work to talk ratio, and that can certainly work a little more. But again, sometimes things don't really sometimes things take a little bit longer than you think. You know, there's entire nights where all me and Tony have done we've been trying to fabricate like 2 pipes, and metal fabrication takes a long time, especially if you're doing it right. So yeah, it's just sometimes things take long, and that's the reality. We have Eduardo Aguilar. Here, take some cash for nuts and bolts. And R $ stands for Brazilian money. Yeah, I actually figured that out in the last one. I think you gave, either you or somebody else gave R, denomination with the R $, and it's actually Brazilian reals. So I didn't know that, and now I do. So I learned something. Thank you so much, Eduardo. You are just an awesome person. Anil Kumar gave $10. That's a lot. Thanks, thanks a lot, Neil. Yeah, I'm not used to getting this sort of coverage or donations or whatever. I'm not used to that. So if my reactions seem weird to you or seem awkward, I apologize because I'm not really used to any of all this. Like, this is literally my second time live streaming, and I do like it. I like talking to you guys, and I will go in. I'm not just going to do super chat stuff. I am going to go in the regular chat. So yeah, it's I want to talk to everyone, not just the people giving money. But I have to get to them first because there's a time questions. So Tyler Griss1 gave 45 DKK. So I don't know what DKK is. You guys can tell me in the comments though. What is DKK? What is that as a currency? He says hello from Denmark. As far as I know, Denmark uses euros, but maybe not. Maybe it's Danish. Is it Danish kroner or something? Let me see. Has anybody in the chat told me what that means? Oh boy. All right. Dead silence. All right. Maximilian Wolf gave 10 euros. Are you coming to Europe at some point? A car meetup with you would be absolutely fantastic. I love your videos. By the way, keep up the work. Thank you very much, Maximilian. I want to go to Europe. I probably will go to Europe in the next few months, but nothing's planned as of yet. I may be there for Goodwood. I'm not sure yet because it depends on how things align. But I'd really love to go. I'd really love to be there. So we'll see what happens. But if I do, I'll let you guys know. I mean, Europe is a big place, and I'll see what kind of meetups I can arrange. Danish kroner. That's right. That's what it is. Shofi Actor gave £4.99. LOL, sorry, I just figured out how to increase the amount. Your vids are worth it. The Jedi is so cool. Tony is so cool, isn't he? By the way, thank you very much, Shofi. Yeah, Tony is very, very cool. I just spent the day with him yesterday, and just kind of learning. When you meet a person, you don't really know who they are, and then you work with them for a while, and you realize that they're good people, and he's really into his work. He knows exactly what he's doing, and he's very, very motivated. He's just kind of the best kind of guy. So yeah, I thank you very much for helping me on my project. The Missing Link's younger brother gave £5. I don't know what that is. That in reference to anything? I'm not sure what the Missing Link's younger brother is, but if that's maybe a band name, that's actually kind of cool band name. But I'm rambling. Thank you very much, the Missing Link's younger brother, which is probably weird to put on your tax forms. Matthew Wagner gave $10. How and what you do is invaluable. You may not need the money, but what you do to show us your passion and how to achieve inspires us and makes us think possible. That means more to you than I can convey. It really means. So I started this channel. I started these builds because I wanted people not to be afraid of wrenching on their own cars or like fixing their own cars or just knowing things about their cars that would help them in life. And if that helps in any way, then that means I've done my job. So I really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. But that's I mean, it's also about having fun and also doing kind of ridiculous stuff and whatnot. But that's what I try to get across. I'd love to have this be a thing where people are less afraid of their cars and they don't necessarily have to take it to the dealer. Like, you don't have to work on everything yourself, but you know what a car does, like its basic functions. So that's really, really important to me. So some of you are talking about the in the chat. Some of you are talking about the turbo. The advice on the other turbo: find a jet engine repair shop that uses a UV dye to check the vanes. I'm not too concerned about object damage. on the first one. It was very clearly, like, they bent. I don't mean like bend like this. It was like it was chipped, but it was still holding on. And I was thinking like, oh, I don't know if this is supposed to be like this. So I just I put a little bit of pressure and it snapped right off. So that's yeah, that's basically what happened, and that's how I trashed a turbo, or the turbo already came trashed. It's not like all I did was take it apart. So, so somebody says buy 911 G. Sure, I guess those are cheap, right? They're very they're very affordable cars in general, but I'd love to, but I think moving forward, I have to buy something that not only engages you guys, that is interesting to people that are watching my channel, but it has to be something that nobody's ever done before. I think other YouTubers have had 911 GT3s. They're not too fun to work on. They're kind of they're also not very showy cars. I mean, you can have a GT3 and you could drive around and it could be a great experience for you, but it's not going to look that great on camera. It doesn't sound all that great unless you're like at the top of the rev range. So, you know, to each his own. I'd love to own one, but I'd probably like a Lamborghini is a Lamborghini. This is a Lamborghini, it's a twin turbo, and it's also been in a fire. It's like there's a lot of things at play here. So I think this makes a lot more sense because this one was way cheaper than any 911 GT3. Let's see. We have Alan Holloway gave 10 Canadian dollars. Thank you very much. I wonder how the weather is up there. It's probably, maybe it's still pretty cold. Here it's actually kind of hot. I have my AC up in the house. I don't have the AC on in the garage because I don't want it to be like loud for you guys. But the AC is kind of blasting through the house because it's like 85 degrees here in Central Florida. So hope you're having a good Sunday, Alan, and thank you very much. We also have from Ross Kink. We have $4.99. He says, I'm a welder and I enjoy watching Tony work. Here's lunch for the Jedi. I bought Tony yesterday. I bought him lunch and dinner, and he loves eating. He loves eating, that guy. So it's definitely an interesting thing. Well, it's interesting. It's interesting when a guy that is very motivated and works all the time, when he eats a lot, and you can see him slow down. It's so funny when he gets the itis. It's great. I'm just getting a little flashing red light here for my microphone that I might run out of microphone battery. So I'm gonna figure something out. Can you guys hold on for just 1 second? I don't think I have any super chat. Hold on for just 1 second. I'm gonna get a microphone charger cable thingy. Hold on. You guys can probably still hear me, but I'm getting my microphone charging cable. And what? Where's my dog? I think she. We have a riveting live stream. So we shall connect this, since it's micro USB. I'm using a Sennheiser AVX for anyone that is interested. Okay, now, all right, now it's charging. Now I should be okay. Whoa, all right. So we got another super chat while I was away. And by the way, a lot of you are wondering why I don't cut my hair. I will cut my hair. I actually just get it cut by a guy in New Jersey, and I haven't found any people down here that can cut it as well. But I'm sure there are. I just haven't, like, literally, I don't leave my house for weeks working on this stuff and making videos. So yeah, I definitely will cut my hair. It is getting really, really nappy. So I will I will get that taken care of. D Alves or D Alves, I'm not sure if that's the pronunciation. He gave $69.99 Canadian dollars. He said, "Did you fix that messed up clutch spring?" So for those of you who don't know what he's talking about, the clutch spring on my car, if you saw my video where the clutch was going in and out, then the clutch spring, instead of being straight, it was like this. It was like it went around like this. All I had to do was put a pick down there, and I straightened it out. So yeah, I fixed that clutch spring, and yeah, it's pretty much sorted for now. I don't think it should be a problem. I will. There is a little access point there where, if need be, I can put a new spring in without taking anything out of the transmission, or rather, without taking the transmission out. So that should be fine. It's actually not that hard to get to. But thank you so much for your donation, for your patronage. Yeah, thanks a lot. It means a lot. Let's see. Alan Holloway gave another 10 Canadian dollars, and he said, always wanted to support when I can, loving the Lambo build. Weather here is starting to warm up, watching all the way from Nova Scotia. Have a good one, man. Looking forward to more videos. Thank you so much. It really does mean a lot. And the more I say it, the more it tends to, it's like saying I love you to a girlfriend. Like you say it so many times and it starts to lose meaning, but it doesn't, like with me, it doesn't lose meaning. Like I mean it every single time. So, and Jeff Jarvie gave $5. He says, great entertainment, inspirational. Thank you very much. I will refer you to earlier in the video where I talk about why I do what I do. And I'm honestly, I'm just some guy on the internet. So it's, you know, this is how, yeah, this is why I do what I do. I mean, I don't expect to be like, I've had a lot of notoriety with this stuff. I've had a lot of exposure with this project, and I am more surprised than anybody else. And I really enjoy the fact that you guys get a lot of enjoyment from this. And I hope that this project is going to be as good as you guys want it to be. It's certainly as good as I want it to be, because this thing, it's a Lamborghini already. And for me to expand on that, that's going to be, it's quite a tall order. So, and I apologize for the people in chat. I will get to some of your questions. This super chat is just going up a lot. D Alves just gave another $69.99. See, I'm not sure if it's another $69. If it is another, that is insane. That is like you should probably stop. Like you should probably stop, because your significant other is not going to like that credit card bill. But I appreciate it very much. It's gonna go a long way, but you don't need to do that. That's insane. But thank you so much. Nicola, Nick Jovanovic. Nick Jovanovic gave $5. He said, "Hey Freddie, it's Nick from Jersey. Much love and support. Let's get that Lambo on the road." Nick was a high school friend of mine, and he actually lives back in my hometown of Elizabeth, New Jersey. So yeah, I'll be in town in 2 weeks. So yeah, maybe we can meet up or something. Thanks a lot, Nick. Yeah, you're awesome, and hopefully we can get together and reminisce about high school stuff. So let's see. Okay. Ryu Kachu, probably not a real name, but you say, here's an idea for after the Lambo. How about an electric drift build using a Tesla drivetrain, possibly an old Ferrari no one cares for? Go full heretic. So I want to get to this quickly, because I do have other questions, and I know that a lot of people are asking this question though. So first of all, thank you very much. Second of all, yes, I would love to do that. So what I wanted to do would be to get a Ferrari 355 or 348, something that has like a blown engine, like the body is good, has a blown engine. Then what I would do is a reverse kit car. So I would then put a Pontiac Fiero V6 in that car. So that's going to be, I'm not sure how realistic this is, but it's just, I think that would be hilarious to have just a a reverse kit car. So it's a real car, but it has a fake engine in it. It's yeah, that would be an interesting thing. But an old Ferrari would be good. Honestly, I think I'm probably going to go with another Lambo. I'm probably going to get a big boy Lambo, maybe like a Murcielago, but those are like at least twice as expensive as what I paid for this in bad shape. So I'll have to save my pennies for quite a while. All right. And again, I apologize for anybody that I didn't get to in super chat or in chat, because this is coming up quite quickly. Danny Dobson gave £10. He says, "Hello from UK, Leeds. Love your video. Here's my support. Keep up the good work. Wrench every day." Yeah, thank you so much. And you guys can check out my stuff on Twitter. It is as hashtag Wrench every day, but I want you guys to use it as well. So if you have stuff that you want to show about your cars and what you do on your weekend or after work or during work, then just use the hashtag Wrench every day. And yeah, I'm always on there. So yeah, check it out, and you can check out other people's projects. I think it's going to be really cool. Thank you very much, Danny. Another one from D Alves. He gives $13.99 Canadian dollars. He says, "Happy to support the build. I have my own on the go, and I know how it is. Send me an I am the warranty shirt. Send me a DM. Actually, send me an email. It's asktavarish@gmail.com. Send me an email. I'll send you a shirt. That should be no problem. So let's get back to the regular chat that has been going like a million miles an hour. Let's see. One guy says, "What are the plans for the Lamborghini interior?" The plans for the Lamborghini interior are basically, this is it. I love the Lamborghini interior. I love this Lamborghini's interior because it has this awesome stitching. I love the diamond quilted stitching, which is stock, by the way. The only thing I would change is this radio. The radio is an aftermarket Pioneer, which is okay, but I don't like the surround. I want to make it look a little bit more stock. So C-Kane has a radio that looks very much like the stock Audi unit that used to go in here, and that's what I'm going to do with this. I might do all the silver accents in carbon fiber, but I'm not a big carbon fiber nerd. I'm not a big guy on... first of all, that's really expensive to have everything in carbon fiber. It's literally like $5,000 to just get the small pieces for everything in the interior. But that's the only thing I would do in the interior other than just clean it up. But I love the white on black. It's a really good look. Your cam is kind of bad resolution. I'm sorry. It is my internet. I apologize for that. I apologize if it's skipping around, and I apologize if there's a lag in the audio and video. Corey Hill just gave $10. He said, "Shipping in for that turbo and keep up the great content." Thank you very much, Corey. I just spent $1,600 on a new turbo. That will go towards that. It really helps. Definitely helps. Somebody says, "Do a soccer mom minivan build." Yeah, I wouldn't mind actually. But Boosted Boys has probably the best minivan build ever. They did a Honda Odyssey with a turbo B series engine, I believe it was, and it made like 700 horsepower at the wheels. I can't compete with that, or maybe I can. I don't know. But it's I'd love to do something like that, like a sleeper minivan build. That would be kind of awesome. But if you want to see that right now, go to Boosted Boys channel and check that out. Alberto Vasquez Vasquez has a question. He gave $19.99. All right. It's insane, guys. Have you considered using VW/Audi parts? The R8 and Gallardo have the same engine, and most parts will work on both. Anyway, I love the build and your channel. Shameless plug. Follow my band at UnityTX and Photog at Alberto V Photo on Instagram, so you guys can go check him out. So the R8 and Gallardo have less in common than you think. The R8 is more in common with the LP570, which is the 09 and up. My car is a 2008, so the 2004 to 2008s they were one sort of generation, and then there was a facelift. Then they had an engine that was a little more powerful, but it was different in that it had more displacement. It had a different firing order, and it had a different fuel system. So it had direct injection. So this engine is an even firing order. It has a regular injection. It's a 5 liter instead of 5.2, and the chassis is a little bit different than the R8. So it's not like you can just bolt on parts. Some of the drivetrain is similar, but it's not like I could just put an R8 engine in here and just go along my way. You could probably do that for the later models, but and the Huracan and the new R8 are basically identical. Those are like really, really similar. But this is Volkswagen and Audi parts. I thought that this was going to be a parts bin special. It's actually less of a parts bin special than my Aston Martin V8 Vantage was. So there's actually not many. I mean, right here you can see there's some Audi bits. Like this climate control is from an Audi, and but that's about it. Like nothing else here is Audi. So yeah, it's all pretty much Lamborghini, and it's all really expensive. So Mr. The Gura gave 200 SEK. So that's now I know that's a Swedish kroner. So thank you very much, Mr. The Gura. And he said, buy Hoovie's Bentley. I would buy Hoovie's Bentley, but the thing is, it's a little bit too much of a project at this point, because I have this, I have the Supra, I have the SL55, I have the MR2, I have my daily driver, my S600, I have the S500 that I'm still trying to finish up and sell. And then I have my my S600. If I didn't mention that, I have my truck and my wife's car that I have to all maintain. Buying Hoovie's Bentley would be fun. I don't really like those Bentleys. I'm not a Bentley guy. So I think it would be not a great use of money. Plus, it probably needs a new engine and who knows what else. So yeah, it's going to be, I'd end up spending like 35 grand for that car. And you can probably just buy another Bentley for that much. So it wouldn't make any sense. But thank you very much. We have from Eltan Yarimi, $10. He says, keep ranching. You're my inspiration. Hello from Israel. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? What time is it over there? It's probably like a 10-hour time difference or something. Well, hopefully I'm not keeping you up too long, but thank you very much. You're just the best. Thank you so much. We also have $5 from Justin the Great. Tavarish, Lambo versus Cletus McFarland, Leroy. Let's make it happen. I will make that happen. I recently got Cletus's, Garrett's information, and maybe, I mean, I'd love to race. He's definitely going to beat me because that car is like it's deep eights at this point. This car is not that fast. Like his car probably will have more horsepower than this car, and it's way lighter. But I would like to do it maybe on a road course or something like that. We can set this up. It'll be fun. I'll lose, but I'll lose spectacularly. So yeah, I definitely love to do that. So I don't want you guys like spamming Cletus's page or anything, but I think we can get that together. He's not too far from me. He's about an hour and change from me. So I'd love to do that. He's a good guy, and yeah, that would make me quite happy. We have a few people who says, I want to see a Vador build. I wouldn't mind seeing a Vador build either. The problem is I've seen a few YouTubers do a Vador build, and well, it looks like it's a lot of work in body. Body work is the thing I hate the most, and I'm fine with mechanicals. I'm fine with modifying a car to have twin turbos and engine swaps and manual swaps and all that stuff. I'm cool with that. Body work is just tedious, mind-numbing work where you have to have a real eye for this sort of thing, and I get really impatient, even though I can do something like the mechanical work that I was talking about earlier. Yeah, there is a build going on right now on YouTube of a Vador, and it just looks like it's like I'd need another space for this because I wouldn't be able to do it here. It's just too tight of a space because I need to have the car body somewhere. I need to have a place to lift it up, and it's just if I had more space and I had a little bit more time, then maybe we can do a it would be cool to kind of make a junkyard Vader build, like a kind of rat rod Vader. That wouldn't be too bad. And the Vader is relatively inexpensive. It's like, it's like I want to say it's 14 grand. So it's 11 grand for the kit itself, the fiberglass body, and then 3 grand for the interior. But it's all fiberglass, and you have to wrap everything yourself, and do a lot of custom work. So I wouldn't mind. But that's going to be in the way future. I don't know why I couldn't say that phrase, but yeah, I'd love to do that. Let's see. We have Eduardo A. Saad gave 200 Mexican dollars, or probably Mexican pesos. So it's not dollars. But thank you so much, Eduardo. I'll have to convert that into some currency that can allow my car to burn lots and lots of gasoline. High horsepower limousine build, someone asked in the chat. So I've been obsessed with weird cars. I've been obsessed with limos, high top conversion vans, weird 80s vans that like totes. So they call them boater homes, and they have a few in Florida. And you can see some in the junkyard. I wouldn't mind doing any of those. Those are kind of cool. The only thing with a high horsepower limousine build is the limiting factor would probably be the chassis, just because it's all fiberglass, and also the drivetrain, the drive shaft itself, because it's like super long. So I don't know if that's probably going to introduce a lot of flex and a lot of, but it wouldn't be bad. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a high horsepower limousine build. Obviously, I couldn't do it here because I can't fit a limousine in my garage. But yeah, that would be interesting. That would definitely be interesting. But if you guys want to see some off the wall oddball builds, Gingium, or I don't know how to say his name. He's doing a Previa build. He did a RV build. So there's a lot of weird builds out there on YouTube, and yeah, I'd love to add to them. I definitely want to do something like a Mazda RX-7 with a Maserati 4.2 V8. That would be kind of cool. I was thinking about cool stuff to do with the Supra, but then again, I do want to sell this after I'm done, because I'm not too in love with the Supra. I think it's a little more hype than people make it out to be. But then again, I haven't driven one with a ton of horsepower, so maybe I'll change my tune when that happens. Make an F355 Pope Mobile. Yeah. The thing is, the Pope usually sits in the back, and the engine's in the back in that car, so it would get a little hot for Mr. Pope back there. So if that's an issue, if that's not an issue for you, then sure. If somebody wants to be the Pope and have a really hot feet, then okay. I wonder if that's a mid-engine Pope Mobile. I wonder if that would handle any better. Okay, Extreme Sales gave 10 pounds. As the heat is an issue with this car, as the are the headers already ceramic coated, and when you had the engine out, was there any reason why you did not wrap the exhaust header? The reason why was because headers in this car are really hard to take out. I'd have to remove the engine completely, and while I did remove the engine, I couldn't take it out of the engine bay. I just didn't have the room. So yeah, I didn't really care about wrapping the exhaust headers, because they're, if you know about these cars, they're already an equal length manifold, and then they already have a heat shield on top of them. So it's like a protective cover on top of them. And arguably, they're going to get the hottest out of the exhaust, but I'm going to wrap everything else. I'm going to have it ceramic coated. I'm going to have it wrapped in certain places so it doesn't hit any body work. But definitely, I'm going to have it ceramic coated. Definitely, I'm going to have parts of it wrapped, because I'm worried about heating, or worried about heat getting out of the engine bay. So I'm also going to have the turbo. Well, I have turbo blankets for my turbos, so it's going to be ceramic coated and also have the turbo blanket on them. So yeah, I'm dealing with all that. But thank you very much, Extreme Sales. So can you give me a shout out, Brosis? Shout out to Brosis. Uh, all right, Eduardo A. Saad. He says another 200 pesos, which is about 10 bucks. Nothing fancy. I have a 62 Mercedes Fintail sedan. Oh my God. A Fintail, that's a really nice car. You guys should go Google it. Google a Mercedes Fintail sedan. It looks great. Today we received a French guy who drove a Citroen here from Bolivia. Loving the Lambo build. All the best, Eduardo. That's first of all, thank you very much, Eduardo. That it means a lot. But driving a Citroen from Bolivia to Mexico, that's got to take some determination. I'd love to do something like that. You know, drive like a Land Rover down to Tierra del Fuego or something. But I don't think I'd be able to. I don't have the intestinal fortitude to do something like that. Driving a Citroen that far, that's dedication. So hats off to that guy, and also hats off to you for having a 62 Fintail sedan. It's freaking awesome. Twin turbo Flintstone build. Yes. Another person says, is the tow hook still blocked? Yes, but I will be rerouting it so the tow hook is not blocked. So I still have to do a little bit of work in the front, but that should be no problem because I've already finalized some of the routing for the hoses going front to back, and I'm actually I have it so I don't have to take up the front trunk with the ice box. So I'm going to have an actual front trunk where I can put things, where I can maybe put a bag. So that's going to be good. That's really better than the condition that I got the car with. How long until we get a cold startup? Hopefully we can do it this week, but honestly, it's just when things get welded and when all the lines get ran and I fill it with fluids. I'm actually going to talk about the rundown of everything I need to do in the next video, or the video on Tuesday, or what. At some point in the future, in the near future, you guys will see everything that needs to happen, and it is quite a lot, but we will get that done. And I'd like to get it done before I leave for New Jersey. I'm going to leave for New Jersey to visit family in about 10 days or something. So I want to get it done before then. I definitely want to have a running car for you guys to see, even if it's not running 100%, because I know that even when this thing was running, it would cut out at 3,000 RPM. So when it cuts out, then yeah, I mean, that's probably a sensor issue. So we can diagnose that further, but I just want to make sure the engine doesn't have any leaks. I want to make sure that the engine is all right in all respects, and it doesn't cost me $50,000 to replace. William Eaton says you have to pay to ask a question. No, you don't have to pay to ask a question. You didn't pay to ask a question. I'm answering your question. You don't have to pay. You could if you want to, but it just kind of puts you at the top of the heap, just because there's literally 1,000 people trying to ask questions. David's Guinea Pigs said, "Can you give me a shout out, please?" Shout out to David's Guinea Pigs. What do you do for a living? I do this. I do this. This is what I do now. I make YouTube videos and I have a podcast. You guys should go check it out. It's Wrench Every Day. And I have videos on my podcast, and I have this is what I do. Garageless gave $5, and he says, check out Garageless. I'm guessing that's a YouTube channel. I have a 3400 turbo swapped Fiero, poor man's Ferrari LMFAO. Been enjoying this build. I'd like to do the same one day. A turbo 3400, that sounds kind of cool. I've always been interested in doing like a 3800 supercharged build on a Fiero, and I actually love the look of the Fiero GT. That actually looked pretty cool. It looked very Ferrari-ish. The regular Fiero I didn't really enjoy that much, but the Fiero GT was a great looking car. But thank you very much, Garageless. Somebody said Evo build. I don't think so. Evos are, one, they're too expensive. Two, their interiors are kind of trash. They're not, like, I understand that they're performance cars. The interior is that of an economy, basically a Mitsubishi Econobox. And three, I mean, for the 20 grand you're going to spend on an Evo and then mod it out and then break things on the track and then all that stuff, you're going to be in at 30 grand. For 30 grand, you can buy something way, way better. So I don't think I'd do an Evo build. Even though they are great cars, I'm not knocking anybody for having one, but I think they're a little bit overpriced. They have that sort of boy racer tax on them. Early STIs also have this. I mean, early STIs, you can, like, ones with a ton of miles and a ton of mods on them are still going for between 15 and 20 grand. So yeah, that's something I don't get. Why fab turbos when you don't know what's up with the engine? I do know what's up with the engine. There's nothing wrong with the engine. So it ran fine before, and I just kind of took it apart and drained the fluids, and it seems to be okay. So I think it just needed a little bit of spruce up, and it's nothing out of the ordinary. If it does have like something like a blown head gasket or whatever, I'll come to it, but I don't have any reason to think that's the case. Would you do a Subaru XT 1986? Yeah, I definitely would. That's like the most futuristic car that was ever produced. A Subaru XT. You guys should check it out on YouTube. These things they look like spaceships, and they're actually kind of hard to find. They're pretty rare, but I think that I'd love to do one. I definitely love to have a Subaru build and and get that going. Donovan Gonzalez gave $4.99. He says, "Get your pilot's license and build a Pratt & Whitney turbofan plane build." Here's why I wouldn't buy a plane. Now, there's a lot of airports by me. There's a lot of airports, like private airports and private hangars, and I probably could find a plane to buy. The issue is, I don't trust myself that much. And let's say if I do something wrong in a car and a car breaks down, it doesn't fall out of the sky. So that's something that would be a real concern to me. But other than that, sure. I mean, I'm not scared of flying. I'm not thrilled about it, but you know, I love the engineering behind planes. I love to geek out on planes. I love to geek out on old jets. I actually I was really giddy when I was driving by the airport and I saw an Antonov 124. And Antonov 124 is like this old Soviet freight plane, and it was just awesome. It was like one of the biggest, like, fattest planes in the world. It's just a great thing. So I love on that, but building my own, that's another step. Okay, we got a few. All right. One from Jared Bobrick for $5. When will you finish your MR2? K20 swap it. My MR2 is going to get done after. Let's see. I'd like to do this Supra right after this Lamborghini. But the Supra is going to be kind of a speed build. Well, it's going to be a speedy build, but also built for speed. Then I want to also give you an update on the SL55 because the trans is coming in. MR2 is getting worked on hopefully within the next month or so, but I'm not sure. I am getting a lot of parts from a supplier, Prime Driven, and I'm going to be working with them for all the parts for that car. So that's going to be a lot of fun. But the MR2 build is still going on. I haven't sold it or anything. It's still happening. QA Library gave £5. He says, "Look up Project Binky from the Bad Obsession Motorsports channel. They're building an Austin Mini with parts from a Toyota Celica GT4 gear engine 4-wheel drive. Project Binky is one of my favorite projects of all time. I've been in touch with the Bad Obsessions guys, and they said that they'd take me up on my offer of staying at my house if they're ever in the Florida area. So we'll see how realistic that is. But that is literally the best project on YouTube. It takes forever. I think it's taken like 5 years from now, up until now, but it's still not done. It's still not anywhere. It's almost sort of done, but they still haven't fired up the car. And I love that it gives you a realistic expectation of how long these things take, because they basically rebuilt and re-engineered an entire car from scratch. So huge shout out to them, and you guys should go check that out. Thank you very much, QA Library. We have another thing from Jean-Christophe Terrien. My French pronunciation is horrible, but he said, "Would you send me your Lambo sign for $10? I don't know what a Lambo sign is. Well, like an emblem. An emblem is worth more than $10, and I also want my emblem. But I don't make. There's a Lambo sign here. Here you go. No, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not going to send you a Lambo emblem, but I will thank you very much, and hope you have a good day, Jean Christophe. Somebody says, "Is a car manual?" I don't know. Is it? Yes. Yeah, definitely is. Garrett Grutwis, or Gruthuis, says, well, I gave €5. Do or did you own an online car trading platform? Good luck from Amsterdam. No, I never owned a car trading platform. It'd be kind of cool, but I have no idea how that business model even works. Just because car trading usually happens, like there's a lot of cash transaction, and I don't know how you'd monetize that other than maybe charging a fee. I don't know. I've never owned a card trading platform. All right, in the regular chat, you have a hi. How you gonna tune your ECU for turbo kit? I have a Cyvex. It's like back here. I'm actually touching it, and it's pretty easy to tune, apparently. But I don't know. I haven't gotten in touch with anybody as far as tuning it, but there are a few people in the area that can tune it, so that's how I'm going to tune it, and should be pretty simple. It doesn't involve any hacking of the stock ECU because I have an aftermarket ECU. So we have another one from Foot Glove. Foot Glove. A foot glove is a sock, isn't it? It's not a sock. Gave £5. IS300 build. Lambo seats comfy. These Lambo seats are very comfy, actually. But the thing is, they don't actually have any, like, much in terms of adjustability. So you can adjust the lumbar support, and you can adjust like how far up, like back they go. And there's a little button right here that you can bring them forward. But that's it. That's it's pretty Spartan. So I think that makes it lighter and whatnot. But yeah, they're really comfy. They're really comfy. They're pretty comfortable. So IS300 build. I wouldn't mind doing an IS300 build, but I'd like to do it on an extreme budget. So that would be sort of fun. So somebody says, how does this actually work since there isn't a clutch pedal? There's a clutch pedal. This is a manual. There's 3 pedals and 6 gears. So this is definitely a manual. All right. Any plans on making videos tracking your cars? Yes, I will try to track this one. And I want to take it to the firm. I've done a video at the firm when I went to when I went there with Chris from BS Rebuild and Adam LZ on my build of Dora the Explorer, the Ford Explorer drift build that we had. And I'd love to take this car on that track because I think they have a few straightaways. They have like some hairpins and stuff. It's a really, really cool course. So I wouldn't mind doing that. When is the car being started? I'm going to try to do it this week, but it's just going to be one of those things where it happens when it happens. And you guys will get updates. I'm not going to leave you in the dark. You guys will know every step of the way what I'm doing. And work is definitely being done. It's not like I'm just sitting in my Lamborghini seat and talking. Miko Brown gave $5. What about some type of muscle car build? Also, is there a chance of collab with Stradman? Supposedly, he's installing a turbo on his R8 himself. So I've talked to Stradman. We actually hung out at the Sebring event, and he's just one of the best guys ever. He's a really, really good guy. I don't think he's going to do a turbo kit though. I don't think he's that because the R8, if I'm not mistaken, is his Turo rental car. So I think the most he'd do is mainly like an exhaust or something. I don't think he'd do like a turbo kit on that car. Maybe he would. Maybe I'm wrong. But I would definitely do a collab with him. But we were talking about collabs at the event, and we kind of realized that collabs don't really do much for either channel. it's kind of cool seeing people in other people's videos, but it only fulfills maybe like a few people's wishes, and it doesn't help anybody. But having said that, I'd love to work with him on anything. If he wants to come down and drive my cars, or if I go up there and like drive his Lamborghini, that would be fine. I'd love to do that. He's a great guy. I would have no problem working with him. Can we please get a new video with Tyler Hoover? Here's the thing: Tyler is in Kansas and I'm in Florida, so it's a little bit hard to schedule things. But I think I will be heading out there at some point because Tyler is filming his videos, his TV show rather. Yeah, he's all Hollywood now. Tyler's been filming a TV show, and I think that after he gets done with that, then maybe I'll go down there and go up there since it's geographically up. I'll go up there and we can hang out, and maybe I can work on his Ferrari and maybe help out the car wizard, or I can learn something from the car wizard because that guy is apparently made of magic. So yeah, I have something from Deep Dev Ray, $5. Says your channel is awesome, inspired me to work on my own car. Thanks. That is exactly why I do this stuff. If you guys are inspired and work on your own cars, even if it's obviously if it's not for me, it doesn't matter. You guys, I want you guys to be inspired. So look at other channels. Look at people like B is for Build. He does this stuff as well. Look at Gin Jim. Again, I don't know if I'm saying that right, Gin Jim or Gin Jim. Look at Bad Obsession Motorsports. Look at, I mean, TJ Hunt is doing his own work. Stuff like that. I love when people get inspired and work on their own cars because they go, oh, I thought this was really hard, but now it's not as hard. Or maybe I'm up to the challenge of doing this hard thing. So yeah, definitely go check out anybody that empowers you to do your own stuff on your own car. You're gonna break stuff sometimes, but it's still fun. And at the end, you'll learn something, and it's really rewarding. It's definitely rewarding, especially for me. I mean, I've been working on this thing for right about a month, and it's still not started yet. But I think it's pretty rewarding, and I think it's going to be really rewarding when I take my first drive in my Lamborghini. So that's that's going to be real fun. Of all the cars coming off the 25 year import rule, what will you be most interested in giving the Tavarish treatment? So it wouldn't be coming off now, but I think the car that I would love to get is it's going to be in a while, but the TVR Sagaris. TVR Sagaris is a car that I've wanted for a long time, and it's a car that's going to appreciate because they're never going to make another car like that. They're never going to make. It looks like Jeremy Clarkson said it looks like it was styled by an axe murderer, and it really does look like that. It's the most insane looking car I've ever seen. If you guys need to Google it, Google TVR Sagaris, Sagaris, and it is just insanity on wheels. A Lamborghini looks like a Toyota Camry next to that car. So that's a car I would get, but since that car is 2004, it would still take quite a long time for us to get it here. So maybe I'll do something like where, I don't know, I have it in Europe, or I don't know, but I definitely want that car. I want to drive in one, and I want to own one. We have $5 from Extreme Sales. Would you invite Sarah and Tune to help you on the Lambo build and when you detail it? I've talked to Sarah on Instagram since she's doing. Sarah, for those of you who don't know, Sarah and Tune is a car modifier. She's a car YouTuber. She works on her own car. She has an MR2, and she's doing a build on that. And she puts out some pretty good content. And I've talked to her as far as my MR2, and we've been in contact and whatnot. I wouldn't mind. Yeah, if she wants to lend a hand, fine. But as far as when I detail it, I don't need, like, this thing is getting a full like paint job. So I'll probably be the one detailing it, and there's plenty of people that like around here that can do it, but I have no problem with chilling with people that I've seen on the internet. Thank you for inspiring me to build my dream car with AE86 with 2JZ engine. AE86 with a 2JZ, that is going to be fun and also terrifying, because there's so much weight over the front axles, but there's so much power coming out of the rear. That's gonna be fun, man. Oh god, that is awesome. If you can get that done, that is great. I applaud you. That's too rich for my blood. Uh, let's see. I like your character and your honesty. Thank you very much. I have a question for future vids. Would you ever delve into custom electronics like Speed Racer gizmos? I don't know what Speed Racer gizmos is, but custom electronics, I am going to have a head unit that is, well, it's going to be sort of custom. But yeah, I mean, as far as custom, meaning like Arduino boards and stuff like that, that's going to be on the SL55 build because I have a button panel, like a switch panel, that I will be modifying to suit the needs of stuff like launch control, maybe stuff like sport mode, maybe stuff like a exhaust flap that makes it louder and quieter. So all that stuff, yeah, I definitely will be delving into that. I always like to do custom electronics, even though I'm not a big electronics guy. I think it should be pretty fun. Okay. We got John Mitchell gave 200. I don't know what A is. What is A? A with a dollar sign. So what's the currency of A? I don't think it's Australia because that would be AU. And if it is, then that's insane. It's insane in any case. 200 is a big amount of anything. So thank you very much, John Mitchell. And yeah, this is definitely adding to whatever it is I need. I mean, I do need a lot for this car. So, but the thing is, I think the parts spend on this car is nearing to a close unless I break something else. But the parts bills are relatively low for this car. I think I got out of it with just a few grand spent. So far that's been pretty good. So some people are saying Australian, but that's AUD. This is A. This is just A. So I'm not sure what that is. Somebody says, do you own any crypto? I do own some crypto. It's of my friend's cryptocurrency, but never went anywhere. Just as most cryptos, they do one of these. So it's just money that I didn't really care about. That if it left tomorrow, then it leaves tomorrow. Like I don't really care. So I do own crypto, but I don't really care about it. It's not important to me. Let's see. If it's $200 AUD, if it's $200 Australian, that is insane. That's truly insane. I can't. Oh God, I can't believe it. I have to thank you again. If that's indeed the case, and it doesn't look like that question is going anywhere because that's just. Thank you so much. Yeah, it is in Australia. Wow. So for those of you, let me go on a little Australia story. I went to Melbourne years ago, and even though the Australian dollar is worth less than the American dollar, everything was super expensive. Like, so that's one thing people don't tell you about Australia. Everything's like really, really expensive. The same meal that you can get here for $5, it's probably like $13 over there. So it's weird. Australia, it felt like parts of America. It felt like some cities in America, but you just like the people are super nice, but it's weird. It's kind of like Bizarro World, like where or like the Simpsons episode where everything's the same except it rains donuts. So everybody is really nice. You drive on the other side of the road, and then you have like this wildlife that's just kind of insane. So you have the koalas in the trees, and you have these spiders everywhere, just like literal, like there's spider webs in the city centers. If you leave your car during the day, like for a while, there's spider webs all over the car when you return at night. Yeah, it's sort of crazy. You have these things called land trains, which are like lots of you have these trucks pulling like 3 or 4 big trailers, and they're just called land trains because they go across the country. So it's pretty cool. I do like Australia, so that's my extent of my knowledge of Australia. I'd love to go there again. Um, I mean the proper side of the road. No, that's not the proper side of the road. Let's be honest here. That's the UK says the proper side of the road, but they're like, what percentage of population drives on the right side of the road? It's like a handful of countries, and everybody else is on the left. So let's be honest here. What the proper side of the road is. This makes sense because you read from left to right. You don't read from right to left unless you're Arabic or Jewish, I guess. And I think in Hebrew they read from right to left. But everything else, this is the correct side of the road. So that is my argument. Somebody said the video is not HD. I am sorry for that. I can blame my internet and the fact that I bought a house in the middle of nowhere that doesn't have any cable internet access, and I have to use satellite internet that has probably really crappy latency. You sit on the right side because it is the right side. Yeah, I can't argue with that logic. Camaro SS build. Nah, I'm not really a Camaro guy. I don't think I'd do that. I think it's kind of it's cool for people that want to do it, but I'm not that dude. Let's see. Oh, somebody's looking for TVRs. Won't let me add a web address, but you go to a car sales Australia and type in this. You'll see a 1997 TVR Cerbera manual for $43,000 US. So the Cerbera is close to the Sagaris, sort of, but the Cerbera was weird because it's like a sports car, but it actually has a frame. It has a frame, and then there's like a chassis that goes on top of it, so it's sort of like an old pickup truck. It's weird. They did build on it in the TV show Wheeler Dealers. So that's, if you guys want to see one completely taken apart and the frame come off, that's what you that's what you need to see. Tavarish, would you be interested in partnership to build a 1988 Lotus Esprit Turbo? If I fund the build, I'm in St. Pete, Florida. Mention this post if interested, and I'll email you the details. Listen, I'm interested in building whatever. The thing is time, because this is taking up so much time, and the Super is going to take up so much time. The SL is going to take up so much. Excuse me. SL is going to take up so much time. The MR2, my S-Class, and I have other stuff that I want to buy. I have other cars that I'm always looking for. So probably not. I mean, just realistically, like, I'd love to help you out with whatever, but it's just there's only 24 hours in a day, and I've been just working on these things nonstop. So someone says, "What's up, pimp? What up, player?" Someone says, "Tried emailing." I do have a lot of emails, and I do read them all. Sometimes I can't reply to them all because it's just, again, the time constraints. But I get somewhere between 100 and 200 emails a day. But I do take time, like every time before I go to sleep, I do read every single one. And I enjoy talking to you guys. I have a really good understanding of what you guys are telling me, and you guys are giving me tips for this car. Sometimes they're correct, sometimes they're not, and sometimes I make mistakes. So yeah, I truly appreciate everything you guys send me. Why do people keep asking questions he's already answered? Because they haven't seen the beginning. Like, this is already we're already up to almost an hour and 10 minutes. There's stuff that people can miss at that point. So and there are many comments. So I don't think that it's, yeah, I don't think that it's a big deal if I repeat some of my questions. Factory 5 8118 818 build would be cool. Okay, so I'm tripping over my words a lot and my mouth is dry. I'm just gonna this live stream brought to you by, no, I'm just kidding. 818 build would be really good. The thing is, an 818, if you guys don't know what that is, it's a factory 5, and I actually talked about this on my podcast. You guys can check it out. But a factory 5 is a kit car, and factory 5 is a kit car manufacturer, and an 818 is a car they make, and it's a mid-engine car. It has a Subaru engine, like a boxer engine that you can use from like a crashed 2.5 RS or something like that. And yeah, it's interesting. I think it looks a little bit too kit carish for me, and I wouldn't really want to build one because it's like $20,000. For $20,000, you can build something else. You can build something more cool. So yeah, I'm not. Okay, somebody says audio is buzzing. Is my audio? Well, okay, I'm not sure what that is. Let me see. Is the audio okay now? Let me take out the charger. No. It's not feedback from the charger. I took it off. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn it off and turn it on. Hold. Okay. All right. Now it should be okay. Let's see how much battery life I have. Seems full. Okay. Great. Thank you very much. Fixed. Yeah, good. Fixed, better. Awesome. It was the charger. Somebody says collab with Chris from BS for Build. I have done 2 collaborations with him, and they were both really fun. So I think we're going to be doing that maybe next year, or maybe at the end of the year. We'll see what happens. But he's a really, really good guy. I'd love to work with him. He's an awesome dude. Go check out his channel actually right now, because you can. Well, he just built a RX-7 basically like in 21 days. He got like a right-hand drive RX-7. He put a wide body rocket bunny kit on it, and yeah, it was just he painted it and he did a bunch of stuff on it, and it ended up looking pretty good. I'm not sure how the car performs at all, but it should be pretty fun. You can go check that out on his channel, BS for Build. Twin turbo nitrous barrel roll drag car. I don't know car. How much do you think you'll drive the Lambo after you finish it? I'm going to take this Lambo to a rally in July. So July is going to be it's going to be from Boston to New Orleans, and it's about 2,000 miles. So we're going to be going on all the good driving roads. It's called the Dust Ball Rally, and I'm going to be doing that. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be quite interesting. Let's see. I mean, I'm also going to, this isn't going to be a daily driver, but I'm also going to be doing a lot of driving in this car. I want to do track events. I want to do interesting things where maybe I drive with people in the car and see their reactions. You know, maybe, I don't know. But people saying next step with the Lambo. Next step with the Lambo is definitely just getting it running and putting it to the point where I can get it running and then start troubleshooting. Okay, so I think that's probably going to be it. People asking me, have I gotten a new turbo yet? That I addressed that in the beginning of the stream, and yes, I have gotten a new turbo. So that's pretty much it. I have gotten a new turbo. It was very expensive, and I'd rather not get a new turbo, but the car needs it. So the car gets what the car needs. So I think that's going to be it for the live stream. I see we still have a lot of questions. So if you want to ask me a question, you can go to asktavarish@gmail.com. Just send me a question, and I'll take a look, and hopefully I can answer it within a reasonable time frame. If I don't get to your question, I'm really, really sorry. But thank you for everybody that has been on Super Chat and asked me questions, and continues to support this channel, continues to support this build, because I could not have done it without you, and I can't do it without you, because you guys give me so much encouragement, and hopefully you guys get something out of it as well. So thank you very much, and I will see you guys. Let's see. I'll probably have a video out tomorrow at noon, depending on if I finish everything I'm supposed to do today. So you'll likely see me tomorrow at noon with a regular video that is edited sort of regularly. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow, and remember to wrench. Hey, I got my SL shirt. Remember to wrench every day.